Well, we've been talking a lot about double dips in the economy, but what about in the housing market? Might happen. Jeff Rosen at Briefing.com, who was one of our Bloomberg best economists, says we may see a double dip in building residential properties, and he joins us now with a first look at his just released report on the housing market. Jeff, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
And I want to just make sure I'm clear. You say that it's very likely we'll see a double dip in building residential properties. Does that translate to a double dip in housing prices?
We'll probably see another housing price decline, possibly up into about 10% ratio. And this is because builder supply is going to be coming online right around now from growth that we had in the beginning of the year. And at the same time, we're going to see a drop in sales. And the only way builders are going to be able to move inventory is if we cut prices, which will affect existing home sales, and we'll cut prices on that side as well.
But this is what I don't get. Why aren't the builders judging this better? I mean, they don't need to put all this inventory out there. What's wrong with them?
I don't really understand that as well. I mean, if we look at this, cyclical trends suggest that builders would build homes in the beginning of the spring through summer, and they come online at the end of the winter, right when sales start to pick up by March or so. And what builders did in 2010 was they increased their construction expenditures way back in December of '09 through basically April of this year. And all these properties are going to come online after not only the existing home sales tax credits, but also after this payback period when no one typically buys a home.
Yeah, so did they just, I mean, I guess they must have put their investments in early and then they just couldn't get out of them, or what? I mean, I still don't get it.
That's what is kind of hard to believe. I mean, if you read the builders' earning reports, they claim to understand that there are going to be a strong decrease in sales coming through the end of the year. However, if you look at the aggregate spending numbers, it seems that they didn't believe that. So what I'm looking at is a situation, well, it's kind of like a prisoner's dilemma game, where if you have two people, and if both people, do not build and they collude, then their prices will be better and they'll be able to sell more houses. However, if one person breaks the game, then they'll be able to make more money and they'll be able to attract buyers. But what seems to happen is that all the builders seem to have broken the game so that they're all building and they're all now going to end up with the worst outcome.
Yeah, no, but and now we're at this point where who's going to be the first one to step back and stop building then? And we're not seeing that yet, right?
Well, we're seeing it in the construction numbers. I mean, not sales, but starts yesterday were pretty abysmal. I mean, if you factor out the multifamily starts that are on a pretty volatile path. And it looks like it's going to start trending down again towards the 2008, 2009 lows. And that's because they ran up all this inventory in the beginning of the year. Okay,
so, all right, outside of these builders, though, we did see building permits yesterday fall, and they fell more than expected, Jeff. So, might we see then a turnaround in 2011 or so?
Well, that's what we hope. We hope that in 2011, the buyer side will come back online and they'll be able to eat up the inventories that were gained in the beginning of this year through the end of this year. But that all depends on if the economy recovers. Are we going to have income growth? Are we going to have unemployment decreasing? Are we going to be able to get some mobility where people can move and eat up that excess growth that the home builders started way back in the early part of the year?
Okay, Jeff, we'll have to leave it there, but good to talk with you to shed some light on this. I think it's a strange phenomenon.